is truly a pleasure for me to welcome our honored guests, alumni, staff, parents, grandparents, older siblings, annoying younger siblings, and those who walked in thinking it was a basketball game, the 46th annual graduation ceremony. It has come time for the Tunica Academy class of 2015 to leave behind the hallways and classrooms of this campus and face our tomorrows. Some of us will continue our education and become doctors, engineers, and educators, but I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, because the truth is most of us will just be broke college students for the next 4 to 7 years. As salutatorian of our class, I have the honor of giving a speech that looks back on the past events and people that made this night possible for us all. But first, it would be dishonoring to my Lord and to many families in this community if I did not say a word of thanks to those who made it possible for me to attend Tunica Academy. Many know that my family came to Tunica to help start Life Point Church. And even before we moved down here and sold our home in Hernando, I wanted to come to this school. But my dad told me if I wanted to do so, I'd have to pray and ask God to provide a way. Well, 9 weeks into my freshman year, God answered that prayer by out of nowhere. Janet Van Watson called and offered to pay for my first year at Tunica Academy. That same year at the award ceremony, I knew I would be returning to TA in the fall because it just wasn't in our budget. Before I walked into this gym that morning, I had no idea that the Dutch Parker Graves Memorial Scholarship even existed. I stand here humbled and honored to be the first graduate of Tunica Academy with this scholarship. To the Parker and Graves families, thank you. You have not only impacted my life in a profound way, but you, along with the Watson family, have helped grow my faith tremendously. I'll never be able to repay you, but I promise you I'll never forget what you've done for me. Well, as we sit on this stage, it is clear we all took very different paths to arrive here tonight. And even though our paths were different, we did encounter many of the same people and have many of the same experiences along the way. For example, thanks to Mr. Beach, we all, and his love for old movies, will never forget what you call 10 years. Hey Grayson, what do you call that?
A decade.
And I'm not sure if it's just because of our class, but Miss Evelyn often taught us the importance of staying calm and under control. I can hear her now. 10, 9, 8, 7, and so on. And also, at Tunica Academy, there are tons of teachers that will stand up for a student if they're in the right, where there's only one teacher that will dramatically fall to the ground for you. Thank you, Mr. Earnhardt. I encourage each and every one of us to allow the positive experiences of the past to teach us, protect us, and even motivate us to do great things. However, I urge you to never let your past mistakes define who you are. Remember, our God loves us and is merciful. Lamentations 3:22 says, "The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end." Now looking forward to the years ahead, I challenge you not to forget the lessons, laughs, and love we share here at TA, but use them to help advance yourself academically and spiritually. Thank you all for sharing your lives with me the past 4 years. Now, do you remember the question my dad asked us at the back of the letter? The question was, what is the one thing you would say to your class if you weren't promised tomorrow? Well, my answer to that question would be that I love each and every one of y'all. And even though we're leaving this school and going on different paths, the place y'all hold in my heart will never change, and that's not a secret.